everyone, this is FantasyEsque, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Vampire Amazon with the Salazar Coven. Before we begin, I want to say a very special welcome to my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it immensely. Today, we are picking up with the Covenrose sisters in the Glimmerbrook Embassy, because one of our twins, I'm pretty sure it was Sapphire, the one wearing pink on the left, who got pregnant when we were trying to, match up our alchemist with the one in the army, which absolutely failed, so we just came to the embassy and got one of the Covenrose sisters to get pregnant instead. She had her baby, which unfortunately was a little baby boy named Douglas. So that means we need another pregnancy. So guys, we are back here with our other Covenrose twin, Sakura, and the Queen has set up kind of a space in Oasis Springs. If you remember the old military barracks we had, that is now going to be the location for the Queen's spellcasters, who are going to be made up of male witches essentially. So the Queen has moved in a new spellcaster, and she's wanting to pair up Sakura with that particular male so we can breed up some, future alchemist babies. So that's what we're going to be getting up to today. Without further ado, let's dive right in. I'm excited. I am excited. Now, I'm not sure how long Zora has until she ages up. She has a handful of days. So I don't think the Queen is wanting to breed her anymore. She tried with Zora. It was very difficult, and who knows, maybe there was some resistance on Zora's part as well. Maybe she doesn't want to pass on the family genes. Maybe she doesn't want to put her daughter, like a potential child, through whatever this coven system is. So for whatever reason, she's not having children. The Queen has kind of given up on her as well. But we still have these two who have childbearing days ahead of them, right? So as you can see, there's 16 days until she becomes an elder. Now both of these ladies are adults, but that's okay. The Queen she's kind of put Zora on the side. She's happy for Zora to be focused on their coven instead of child rearing and, baby making. She's gonna give that to these ladies. So Marigold is gonna pass on her genes, and to be honest, there might even be some favoritism in the Queen wanting Marigold's daughters to pass on their genes, because Marigold was an alchemist that kind of did very, very well, and she was very accomplished. So who knows, maybe the Queen's out to preserve that bloodline as well. Since none of her daughters got to serve in court, maybe her grandchild will, who knows, in the future. So we're going to be taking Sakura and doing exactly that. Like I said, Sapphire's the one who had her baby. And she had Douglas Covenrose, and now he was the son, or is the son of Ross Klein, our current alchemist at the army. And then the Queen has a bunch of backup spellcasters to kind of feed into that alchemist role for the army should our current alchemist pass on. And Major. You know what? He's one of Narcissus' daughters. Daughters? What am I saying? Daughters! No. He's one of Narcissus' sons, and I think my favorite son that has been ever born. I don't know. I love art quite a bit, but Major is my favorite. Just absolutely adore Major. And I have for a long time, and I really want to breed him along with his brother Wendell. I have two favorites. I love Major and I love Wendell. I really want to breed them with someone, but everyone's related at this point, and I don't know how I can bring them back. Maybe in the future, if we have a new bloodline or something, then we might be able to breed those males, but I'm holding on to them. They are essentially Generation 3. So they are Wisteria's uncles, if I'm not mistaken, but who knows? Who knows? Thank goodness vampires are immortal, otherwise I would have been so sad if they died with their genes. Definitely want to pass them on at some stage, but we have time. We have time and immortality on our side. But okay, let's grab Sakura. She is going to be on a bit of a quest. So we're going to get her to travel. We'll leave the others behind. And check out this new male that the the queen has kind of got squared up for her. So let's get going. I'm quite excited. So previously, if you remember, we had the males, like spellcaster males, kind of living in these residences, which the queen has decided against at this point. We might take them out and, use that for something else in the future. For now, though, in Oasis Springs, where Queen Athena kind of had her reign, in the old military barracks that one of you lovelies made for me, we have one of the new spellcasters that the queen has chosen. And this, guys, is Ezekiel Aquino, who is made by Sweet Tart 2016, so thank you so much for that. We'll dive in and have a bit of a look at him in a second, but I didn't change his facial features or his body or pretty much anything on him except for his ears and eyes. I sharpened his ears, and his eyes were originally dark brown, and I made them black, like the vampiric black. And that's because, guys, like we discussed with Ross Klein, we've got like spellcasters, male ones in particular, coming in now who are descendants of some sort of hybridization with the vampires, and so they've lost the vampiric abilities, but they have retained some of the vampiric appearance. And I kind of like the idea that the queen, in making these arrangements, I think after seeing Ross Klein, and she actually got along with him quite well, if you remember in the beginning when we brought him in, she's now started scouring like the realm and other realms for similar males who are spellcasters, but they have like those vampiric features, so that hopefully the alchemists, female ones that are born in the future, they will look more like the vampires, and as a result, they'll get along with the vampires a lot better, because it's hard to kind of treat someone who looks like you as an enemy, right? At least that's the way these guys are thinking of it as. They're your people. They're part of your coven. They can be properly, especially if they have those vampiric qualities. So it's all part of, the queen's plan, and also it's to help the alchemists in the future, right? Especially with the superiority complex that the vampires have. Okay. So we need to track. Okay, here we go. Here he is. Let's get Ezekiel. Let's do a respectful introduction, and then we'll get them going. So our quest for this episode is to get Sakura pregnant. That is what we want to do, and my goodness, we haven't been here in like a while, but we're back, so that's good. And yeah, Douglas has been moved over to the Shadow Lair, so right there. He is now living with his father, so he's gonna be raised there. And any boys, like if Sakura has a boy, then we'll probably bring the boy back here to live with his father. But let's see if we can get a good look at this guy. So this is Ezekiel. Isn't he a good-looking Sam? He looks so cool. So like I said, I didn't change anything on him except for his ears and his eyes. Made his ears nice and sharp, and then gave him those black eyes. So if our daughters get some of Sakura's features, which, the rounded ears, the normal eye color. Does she have brown eyes? I don't actually know. What color eye does she have? I think she has brown eyes. Yeah, I think she has brown eyes. Yeah, so we've got that going on. Which Marigold had beautiful blue eyes, but I think she got brown eyes from Dwight, who was Zora's uncle? I think so. Yeah, because Zora and the Covenrose sisters are cousins. That makes sense. So, I mean, yeah, the Alcandrica bloodline is going to die with Zora, but at the same time, because one of Melina's sons bred with Marigold? Bred with Marigold and had the Covenrose twins, then in essence, the two bloodlines have merged. So if one of the Covenrose twins has a little girl, then we'll kind of preserve both bloodlines in a sense. Okay, you need to chat with him. You need to chummy up. Let's see, goof around, I guess. Describe new idea. And she has no potions that can help her. We're doing this the natural way, and I'm hoping it's going to work out a lot better than the issue we had. Oh, I hope that didn't damage their relationship. Oh no, that didn't, thank goodness. But yeah, hopefully this goes a lot better than whatever happened with Zora. That was just a miserable episode. Let's ask about day. Okay. Yes, Lady Zora, we're currently occupied trying to do something. We're gonna try and romance him now. But I don't know, guys. I feel like part of why it didn't work out for story purposes, maybe it's because Zora doesn't want to have a daughter and keep this kind of this vampiric cog going. Who knows, right? I mean, in the beginning, Queen Wisteria has treated her very well. But in that regard, she kind of lucked out on Queen Wisteria, thinking of her the way she did. In the beginning, though, she was having a bit of a rough time when she came in. She was struggling to figure out, like, the potions and settle into her role, and then Zelda was making it difficult for her, but then the Queen ended up having a falling out with Zelda over Zora. And now Zora is best friends with the Queen, but I think she's happy to just keep it at that. Keep it at being, you know, her best friends with the Queen, but then again, she had to go through a few things to get that happen, right? She had to use potions. She had to throw potions at the Queen to get them kind of close enough. Okay, let's dive into that first case. Look at her. She's having a much easier time. So obviously the Covenrose sisters, they are willing and able to procreate, unlike Zora. So, okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, isn't that great? Isn't that great? So she's making great strides. And now I wonder if we can steal him. Nope. Okay, we need to chummy him up a little bit more before they can dive into a tent or even go upstairs where they have a bed. So, I don't know, they might do that since they're already, you know, indoors. But easier than going outside. So, excellent. She's making this so easy for me. And I'm so happy because of all the struggles we went through beforehand. Okay. We're having to just put a little bit more effort, I think. And then before long, we should be ready. But I hope, if it's a girl, I really hope, I mean, even if it's a boy, we could use them as future breeders, but it would be nice if she could have a child with either sharp ears or the black eyes. One of the two features will do. Oh, there we go. One of the two features will do, and then we can build on it in the future. Okay, they're gonna come up here and try for a baby. Right on the rooftop. There we go. This is excellent, excellent. Exactly what we have been wanting. And look at how sweet things are. Okay, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. So yeah, just one of them. And then it might take like a generation or two before we can get those vampiric qualities out, but who knows? Their lives might improve a ton if we can just go ahead and make them a bit more vampiric. Maybe the vampires will start like treating them with a bit more respect, stop seeing them as weaker because, you know, they look softer. I mean, even among the vampires, oh, here comes Zora. Zora, we see you. But yeah, even among the vampires, oh geez, that was creepy. Even the children who have the rounded ears or the normal eyes, they are treated a little bit less than the other vampires because their blood is considered to be tainted. So you can imagine how they feel towards these alchemists, right? Some of the prejudices of the past generations they're still there. And I think Wisteria, in her foresight, sees that it's probably not going to go away because it's very like steeped into their culture. And the only way she can really help the alchemist line is to make sure future generations hybridize a bit more in appearance. Okay, let's go and check to see if she is pregnant. Where is... Okay, let's do the pregnancy test. Come on. let's go get you checked out. And this is kind of fun, because if this is a girl that she has, like if she has a baby girl, this baby girl is going to have white hair, which is going to be so cool, because the father has white hair, and I like all my girls, like, hair colors to be based on the father's hair color, just so we have some sort of diversity. Yeah, so I think that'll be fun if the babies have the white hair. If it's a boy, I don't really care. If it's a girl, she's gonna have father's white hair, which is gonna be so cool. Okay. Give us some good news, come on. And excellent. So Sakura is expecting, and now she can kind of go back home, do her own thing, which I'm really happy about. Oh, that's great. That is great. She's probably going to send like some sort of message to the queen letting her know that now Sakura is expecting. So I'm sure Wisteria is going to be quite delighted. Yeah. And at this point, since I think by the time Sakura has a baby, Zelda, what am I saying? Zora is going to be an elder, I feel. I think the queen might just rotate between the Covenrose sisters until we have a girl. And if they never end up having girls, then I'll just, like, when it comes time for us to pick a new alchemist, and if these two sisters, like, are dead by that point, then the queen will probably just select one of your submissions as a future member of the coven. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. But okay, now that we have this dealt with, I think we can jump back to the coven and check out how things are going there. Okay, we are back at the castle. Let's see how little Simmies are doing. Now, Zora has what? She's got 5 days left. So she did have a little bit of time. Her birthday is on Saturday. That's right. She's going to be turning into an elder. But I still feel as though, like, she's unflirty. And I think she's just against the idea, given her history, right? I mean, she definitely grew up hearing good things about the court, but I still think she would have been aware of the reality that, okay, her mother died, right? Because she, for whatever reason, did not get along well. And I don't think she understood a lot of that when she was younger, but after moving into the court and, you know, especially with how innocent she is, I think she did come to an understanding eventually that there is something here in this whole, you know, witch slash vampire dynamic that just doesn't sit well with the vampires, especially the ancient bloodlines. So I don't think she wants to put a daughter of her through that. Yeah. Especially because, I don't know, but a small part of her might feel as though, like the innocent part of her might feel as though it is unfair that she was told these good things about the vampiric court and the coven, and I mean, she still respects a lot of that, but she wasn't prepared. Like, nobody told her that even though the vampiric coven is, you know, grand and great and all of these kind of things, nobody told her that just because she is in love with the idea of the coven doesn't mean the coven will be in love with the idea of her, like as a member of them, as an alchemist, all those kind of things. So I don't think she wants to pass that on to the next generation. She has cousins who can do that for her, so she's not too worried. I think she is just happy that the queen's gaze is now away from her as a procreation tool, and she can focus on herself, and she can focus on her potions, all of those great things. But okay, I wanted to go ahead, and I think we have mentorship day tomorrow. So I think I kind of just wanted to pop in some of the whims to see what we might be able to work on over the next episode or two. And I also kind of want to see the dynamic that our dragon twins have now that they're teens in the castle. So Aphrodite, a lovely princess who I absolutely adore. She wants to tell a joke, being a goofball and all, of course, course. Yuki, how are you doing? Play an instrument, we can get that arranged. She is quite the musical child, which is fitting because she is our scholar in line. And our scholars are supposed to kind of be the entertainers at certain points in time. I mean, not entertainer, I wouldn't use that word, but talented, skilled, musically educated, artistic. Those are all things our scholars tend to be, or qualities they have, or, should have. So in this generation, it's a bit odd because we have our champion who loves using the organ and the piano, and then our queen, of course, is also a little bit musical. She loves composing her own sagas and songs and epics, so that's great. But I'm glad that at least Yuki knows what she should be doing in life. Okay, and then Saphira. Saphira needs to start training. She's gonna go through some grueling training with Soul since she is the next champion in line. So she needs to start learning some of those things. But she wants to practice dancing in a floor mirror. We don't have those things, honey. We don't. Find a vampire mentor. Yes, please. That is exactly what a champion in line should be doing. And let's see. Galaxia wants to read something. That is good. She's going to be the next priestess. You should probably get some of her skills up. Maybe read a skill book. Lady Oriana. Plant a plasma fruit. That's not really your forte. Practice writing. Excellent. That is something we can get going for her as well. Now, Lady Ronarain. Who does she feel aggrieved by? Oh. Wait a second. Why do they have issues? I am so lost. Let's check some things out because there has been some drama that we've missed out on apparently. Hold on a second. So Soul is getting along just fine with our evil queen, of course. Yeah, they're close from happy memories, all the great stuff. Now, why? She's really good friends with Zelda as well. So what is this? Why do they have a festering grudge? And from what? They're good friends as well. I'm so confused. Guys, why do you think they have a festering grudge? And this is how Soul feels about Zelda, not the other way around. So it's obviously something Zelda's done that Soul just feels really aggrieved by, and I don't know what it is. How interesting. How very interesting. But they're still good friends. Huh. Well, she wants to take a bath this soak. She needs some relaxation, honey. You do, because you're about to go through some pretty crazy training. And then Zelda, she wants to prank someone with a hand buzzer. Is there anything else you want to do? She's just in a pranking mood. Okay, well, we can prank someone with a noxious cloud. Why not, child? I mean, she's not a child anymore. Jeez, she's a vampiress of the 4th generation. Yes, but we can go and do that. We can go and do that. Queen Wisteria. Look at that. Some of these things are so glitchy. It is odd. She wants to take a bath with soak. We can do that for her. She's a queen. She deserves nothing but the best and some great relaxation. And look at this. She's near misery. So she feels great. And I'm assuming it's Soul's misery because of something Zelda's done. How very odd. How very odd. And Zora. Our lovely Zora. Level up in comedy. Okay. Now, I have a feeling all of these things, I have a feeling with Zora wanting to level up in comedy, it's got a lot to do with, like I was talking about before, being appealing to the vampires, trying to befriend the vampires, trying to be likable in any way possible. So I definitely think becoming comedic is probably a skill she wants to hone so that, if she ever gets into a dangerous, awkward situation with a vampire or potentially insulting or offensive one, she can laugh it off. She can joke it off. She can make it so that these vampires feel really comfortable around her. And I'm hoping not find her entertaining in a clown sort of way because that would be super demeaning. I just think she wants to be likable, which is fair. But okay, guys, with that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.